Hello everyone. Welcome to the English version of my channel. You can see even more interesting videos on the original YouTube channel Pulse Multimedia.
Всем привет! Сегодня говорим о
Today we'll talk about wristwatches. This is one of the most traditional classic devices. Wristwatches can be as cheap as $5, but there are also very expensive ones, costing several $1 million. Expensive watches can be a sign of belonging to high society. To be honest, I am not interested in expensive watches. They are of no value to me. I am mostly attracted to electronic technologies. But of course there are a large number of fans of classic dial watches. A watch made of gold or platinum, with precious stones, is of course a sign of success. Although I repeat, I personally prefer only digital wristwatches. It seems to me that they reflect the development of high technologies, movement forward into the future. On the contrary, clocks are one of the most ancient gadgets, existing for several hundred years. Of course, over a long time, traditions and conservatism have developed in their production. There are classic ways to make a clock look more attractive. For example, sometimes to attract attention, the watch mechanism can be seen directly on the dial. A special window in which the gears move. Interesting design solution. Surely you have seen this. Very expensive watch models are sometimes decorated with crystals, diamonds, and rubies. For example, like this Rolex model. Unfortunately, traditions have developed so that no one decorates digital watches with crystals or shows their mechanisms. It is difficult to imagine a liquid crystal display that will be decorated with diamonds or rubies. There is no place for such decorations in a digital watch. Such decorations do not match the style of such devices. Digital watches are, first and foremost, high technology. Jewelry made from precious stones will not look harmonious on them. But owners of digital watches also want to have a device with an original design. After all, a wristwatch is perhaps the only piece of jewelry that a man can wear. People like me also want to have unusual watches. This is probably what the designers of SKMEI thought. They offered their customers watches with a unique design. SKMEI installed a crystal in a digital watch, but this is not a ruby or a diamond. This is a crystal that is ideally suited in style to a digital wristwatch.
Итак, сегодня говорим о очень интересных, необычных.
And so, today we'll talk about very interesting unusual watches from the company SKMEI, model 2033. The central part of the watch design is the exposed electronic chip.
Это достаточно массивный.
2033 is a large men's digital watch made entirely of metal. The bracelet is made of stainless steel. This is exactly what SKMEI has been doing lately. The lock is convenient. You can easily adjust its length. The bracelet is large, it will suit even the largest man.
На любое запястье. Изначально его обхват очень большой, подойдет самому большому богатырю. Задняя крышка.
The back cover is also made of stainless steel. The body is a metal alloy. It sparkles very nicely in the sun. The shine of the metal attracts many glances. I think this watch will attract attention.
Дисплей защищает прочной
The
минеральной.
display is protected by durable mineral glass. The model name is indicated on the back cover. There is a sticker with a QR code pasted on top. Let's see where it takes us. Most likely, the code allows you to verify the authenticity of the device. Exactly as I thought. Chinese company SKMEI, and this is good news. I was afraid that it would be a fake from Japan or Switzerland, but no, it's not fake. This is an original Chinese watch. Everything is fine. The watch is large and has a noticeable weight. This is definitely a male model. Let's look at their size.
Вот можно сравнить с популярной моделью от
Visually, we can compare this watch with the popular model from Casio. SKMEI is of course larger. They are perceived more brutally. Casio is plastic and lightweight. SKMEI are created for the male hand. I'm sure they will attract attention. In general, their size is already at the limit of what is possible, but you know, they look cool. A watch for true fans of electronic technology. They look stylish, large size and shine of unpolished metal. Appearance consists of two components. On the one hand, this is the simplicity of geometric shapes and the brutality of masculine design. On the other hand, these are pronounced microelectronic technologies. I want to draw your attention to the fact that a chip is not just a pair of contacts and 3 resistors. This is a really bright complex crystal. It sparkles and shimmers in the sun with all the colors of the rainbow. It's really beautiful. This is exactly what modern electronic chips look like inside when you look at them under a microscope. In SKMEI watches, this is not just a fragment of an electronic board. This is made as decoration. Bright and unusual design. Here you can see some microscopic contacts, electronic elements, a processor. It's more like a microcosm in your watch. Surely many of my viewers are interested in water protection. Personally, I wouldn't swim in such a massive watch, but it should be noted that there is water protection here. The parameters are indicated under the sticker. Let's take it off and see what it says. Well done SKMEI. They even made the back cover beautiful. You see laser engraving. There is an emblem of a swimming man and protection against water is declared, 3 atmospheres. This means that the watch can be submerged underwater to approximately 30 meters. The back cover is secured with screws. This is very good. This is what a waterproof watch should look like. Only my most attentive viewers could notice that the watch case is square. There are small bevels at the corners. This gives the watch additional personality. There are the usual 4 buttons at the ends. The functionality of the watch is classic. There is nothing unusual here. Let's look at the display. It is of course very big. The numbers and time are clearly visible. I'm glad Chinese manufacturers have understood the rules of good design. The numbers should not touch the edges of the screen. It's not beautiful. This is what manufacturers of cheap Chinese watches sometimes do. But SKMEI is doing well here. The numbers are located with sufficient indentation from the edge. The display looks neat and thoughtful. The inscriptions are well done. For example, Sunday. Letters consist of dots and pixels. Such text is perceived better than 8-segment letters. The pixel matrix allows you to display any characters, such as letters in different languages. This is a good decision. It gives hope that one day SKMEI will add support for different languages to its watches. It would be very convenient. This feature is available in some Casio watches. Days of the week not only in English, but also in German, French, Russian. This will be a big technological step forward for the SKMEI company. They are great because they pay a lot of attention to design, but we need to develop further. Electronic watches are not only about design, but also about advanced functionality. For example, you can create a text reminder function for upcoming events. This was done in Casio watches. A detailed video review is available in the Russian version of my YouTube channel Pulse Multimedia. The link will be in the description of the video. I really hope that pixel fonts are a step towards introducing new features in future SKMEI models. But let's return to the front of the watch. It says dual time here. This means that the watch has a dual time function. It's quite convenient. And the water protection parameter is also duplicated here. It is 30 meters. I love that this watch can be quickly and easily stood upright. Their large display allows the SKMEI 2033 to be used as a desktop alarm clock. There are other wristwatches that are very difficult to stand upright. For example, Casio. I install them several times, but they always fall down. I have a hard time keeping them vertical, but SKMEI can be installed quickly and easily, the first time. The bracelet is very large, its size corresponds to the size of the watch. If you want to change it, this may become a problem. The landing distance is 28 millimeters. It's a lot, very rare size. I was hoping that a bracelet from another large watch could be installed here. I published a review of this model on the Russian version of YouTube channel. Unfortunately, even this bracelet does not fit SKMEI 2033. The distance here is 24 millimeters. If you want to replace the bracelet with SKMEI, you will have to look for a suitable model. Frankly speaking, I like the bracelet on the watch on the left better. It's a shame they can't be swapped. I'll be looking for one on sale in 28 millimeters. If anyone comes across one like this on AliExpress, please write in the comments. The most important element of this watch is, of course, the electronic crystal. The chip is made great, beautifully. You need to look at the clock on video or live. But it's not noticeable in the photo that the chip shines and shimmers. Looks great. Halogen light bulbs or sunlight enhance this effect. The clock sound is very loud and clear. The clock beeps much louder than a classic digital clock. Probably the high volume is due to the large size of the watch. There is probably a large diameter membrane there. The alarm sound is loud. It can be heard a couple of kilometers away.
И еще отдельно мне
I would like to separately draw your attention to the sound of pressing buttons. It's not always the same. The clock changes tone when we return to the main screen. It's comfortable. This function is added to good branded digital watch models. Let's look at the operating modes. Of course, here you can switch the time display from 24 hours to 12. There is an alarm clock. It has a classic performance and it's the only one here. I don't like it when Casio makes 5 alarms. This confuses me. There is only one alarm clock, but it is very convenient. You can set not only the time, but also additionally specify the date.
Указать время с датой. Если дата не указана, то сигнал будет пищать каждый день. Ну и, конечно же, здесь есть также классическая...
You can turn on the alarm every hour.
Бип каждый час. Ее можно включить или выключить. Далее идет функция секундомер.
There is a regular classic stopwatch, implemented like in all other watches. I pressed the button and time went by. Pressed again, time stopped. You can reset the time. The next feature is double time. What I like about SKMEI is that you don't have to choose a specific city. This is done in Casio watches. Here I can set any arbitrary value. It will be synchronized with the main time. I like this technical solution better. The last mode is a countdown timer. This is one of my most requested features. I often use it when I'm preparing dinner, anticipating some event, or it helps me monitor the time my child plays on the computer. Overall a great feature. It's a shame that many digital watch models don't have it. SKMEI engineers are great here. Well, that's all I can tell you about the modes. Main time, alarm clock, stopwatch, second time and countdown timer. The watch has all the most necessary functions for life. Let's take a look at the screen backlight. It is bright, all the numbers are clearly visible. This is a classic Chinese backlight.
Ну вот на этом, пожалуй, и все, ребята.
Well, that's probably all. My video review has come to an end. If you liked this video, if you learned something new and interesting for yourself, be sure to subscribe. Like it. I will be very grateful to you. This helps develop my channel. Haven't you left yet? Then only for the most devoted viewers of my channel I will show some more useful information. Surely you want to know if the chip is connected to the watch. You can see the answer in the photo. Now everything is final. Bye.